The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings and rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Get ready for verse 2, Electric Boogaloo.
You see the truth behind the veil, and you know that they're just looking for attention. Oh, you don't let the ruthlessness prevail. Over time now, light your fires for ascension. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Baby, can you pray tonight? Baby, can you pray for? Oh, baby, can you pray? Is there reason you make in time? It's only to the end, so pray tonight. So you won't for every run that we had, surrounded, I know it. But I'll be ready every day. Know everything's alright. Are you gonna pray? Are you gonna pray tonight? pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Baby, pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Baby, pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Gotta pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Baby, pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Baby, pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Baby, can we pray, pray tonight? Baby, can we pray, pray fast? Oh, baby, can you pray? It's every time you make on time. It's only to the end, so pray tonight.
Hello everybody, how are you all doing? It's me, Mr. Flynn, once again, your commentator for round number 2 here at Monza. A very, shall we say, dramatic, wet circuit at this moment of time, and it's looking to be a very wet circuit today, which I'm very, very excited for. 45 minutes around this track, so obviously no mandatory stop is needed for the drivers. It could obviously be mixed conditions, but we'll find out as the weather develops and the cars develop and bits and bobs like that. We are going to get into the qualifying very, very shortly. Just got a few drivers to complete their final laps of practice, and we'll get into qualifying. But so far, look at the practice list. That is your number 1 down to number 23, and pretty much the same, really. I mean, you got Webby up in P6, followed by Tag up in P4, Vic up in P1, Shanae in P2. Who else got in P3? Let's have a quick snazzy look as they're chilling in the pit lane. It's going to be Marcel currently sitting in P3. So a few drivers that I did not really expect to be up there. Obviously, Webby being one of them. And Mr. Viper and Suffocating P12 and 14, they're looking very, very good for qualifying. Not qualifying, sorry, for the practice, but qualifying, they're looking at a good steady quali pace, and hopefully their race pace is a lot well as well. But yeah, like I said, just waiting literally just for the cars to finish the laps, get in the pit lane, then we'll head on over to the next session in about 1 minute and 26 seconds time. But look at all those lovely and wonderful liveries. They look absolutely fantastic. So let's get everything set up, shall we? And just do that. There we go. And we have our first driver leaving the grid, and it's going to be car number 13, which is Mr. Zach Webb in the lovely Papaya McLaren. And like I said last time, round number 1 at Mount Panorama, his livery looking absolutely fantastic. Of course, you can see the conditions today absolutely disgusting. So yeah, these drivers may struggle today as their practice session wasn't really a wet session, it was more of a dry practice. So setups could come into play here. I know some of them are probably going to use a dry setup. I believe the fast drivers would use a dry setup if they're used to the wet conditions in ACC, or they might go for a bog standard wet setup, but obviously I'm not too sure what's happening. But just look at the number of cars out on the track right now, and the gap that Zach is pulling to get a clear track and make sure no one's behind him, so he has no pressure from behind and can really just focus up front and get a good quali lap in. You know what, Mr. Turtle? His livery, absolute to perfection and looking absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we're going to get under the way very, very shortly, and of course we'll go on board with Mr. Zach himself. As I said a couple of moments ago, he is the first driver to be on the track. So as he comes through down to turn number 8, 9 and 10, of course as known as Ascari, it may be a bit of a tricky one today at Ascari, because obviously it's an interesting couple of corners. You know, you come into the left, you go out to the right, then you back into the left once again. If you hit the curbs and you hit the green bits on the outside, your car can go spinning and you can hit a puddle, or you can just absolutely lose it. But the most where the drivers are going to struggle is probably going to be the final corner, which is turn number 11, and that's Parabolica, because of how wet and treacherous it gets there. It's just absolutely horrendous. Absolutely crazy. But I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. We've got an awesome race ahead of us with 23 cars on the grid. That's absolutely fantastic to see. But let's go on board with the wonderful Zach as he crosses the start and finish line to set his time here at Monza under wet and treacherous conditions. On the way now to turns 1 and 2. You want to pick your braking zone at the correct time, and most drivers would normally late brake into the corner because as it's wet conditions, you want to brake early and get a very good exit out of turn number 2. Now, going across the Curva Grande, which is a slight right-hander bank angle, and then up and through turn 3, heading to turns number 4 and 5 now, known as a Della Roger. And hopefully I'm getting these track names and turn numbers correct, and hopefully as well I am pronouncing these names right. Once again, if I pronounce your name wrong, I do apologise, but I'm not the best with names when it comes to trying to pronounce them, shall we say. But so far, Mr. Zach looking very, very strong. Into turn 6 we go, then turn 7 very, very shortly. But yeah, he's looking fine. He's had not really any major moments, you know. The cars look quite stable. But obviously, you can't push car 2 out to say that, and he comes out of turn 7 in the back end there, slightly sliding just a little bit, but not enough to lose as much time as he's probably not wanting to lose. But as he makes his way now to Ascari, turns 8, 9 and 10, the very treacherous part of the track. Hopefully, he doesn't have any major moments here. And to be honest, you can hear a few lifts coming off of Zach's car, but so far, hopefully that was within track limits. I believe it was, but I'm not too familiar with track limits around this track. Not many puddles yet, but if you hit a puddle here at Monza, you're aquaplaning. You could be going straight on at turn 1 or going straight on at a corner, which is definitely not ideal. But as we make our way through the very slidey, wet Parabolica of turn number 11 up to the start and finish line we come now. What's his time going to be across the line? It's going to be a 1 minute 54.9. Can anybody behind him challenge for that pole position, and straight away, drivers are definitely reacting. Vic was on pole position. He did a 154.237. And then all of a sudden, Marcel pops into the top of the stages here with a 1 minute 53.9. So it's looking a little bit crazy. But so far, your top three is going to be Marcel, followed by Vic, and then car number 88 in P3 in that wonderful BMW. But positions are changing left, right and centre, and it's going to be a wet quali, so drivers may have fueled up to go again and again and again. With 9 minutes to go, let's see who can take provisional pole. We've got yellow flags, and that's Andretti, who's, I believe, had a moment there down at is that turn? Yeah, it's turn 1 there. He's gone straight on at turn 1, but he currently sits in P7. He's 1.4 seconds off the pace, but he's done a 1 minute 54.887. That's not a bad time, but I believe he can improve a little bit more to get him higher on the grid. But as we go back to Mr. Webby himself, as he's up by 7/10, absolutely crazy. You can see first on the track in the wet conditions, which probably could be increasing, and you can see right there, he went to pole position. Now he's all the way down in P8, which is absolutely crazy, sliding out of Ascari there as we make our way down to the Parabolica once again with that awesome and amazing livery. 8/10s up on their time right now, and we're going to go on board with Kelly in that BMW. Absolutely fantastic, and they're around about 1.3 seconds up on the lap times. It's actually looking very, very good for Kelly so far. So hopefully he can make his way up the grid. And Andretti once again having a moment, I believe. Yellow flags flashing on his screen. Not too sure what happened there. As Webby crosses the line to go P4, he's done a 1 minute 54.0, 5/10 off of P1. That is a pretty good lap time in the wet conditions. Quite very impressive, may I say myself. But anyways then, as we go all into another wonderful shot of Mr. George in that McLaren, car number 66. I think he kind of lost the back end there when he entered turn 6, because he was facing sideways on the track as there were cars passing. So hopefully no one did get impeded, but there's not much you can do in wet conditions when the track's like this, because it's absolutely really, really tough. Trust me, I've done it myself in ACC, and it's really, really difficult trying to like keep your car on the track and not slide, not put too much power down. It could be absolutely crazy. But to be honest, once again, George sitting in the comfortable P10 at the moment, not too bad. 2.2 seconds off the pace, like I said, not bad as he gets demoted down to P11. As Kelly crosses the line to do a 1 minute 55.017. Who else could we have a look at? You know what? Let's go on board with a familiar face you might know in the Phoenix Discord. One of the lovely admins. It's Mr. Joe Viper. And you may see he wasn't racing at round number 1 because Mount Panorama, he wasn't a big fan of that track. So he decided to sit out and do some other bits and bobs, like making a lovely delivery. Yeah, a lovely livery, shall we say. So as you can see, he's got not just a few stickers, a lot of stickers on that car. Obviously, absolutely looking fantastic. And actually, as we're on board with him, he currently sits in P13, which isn't too bad for himself. And right now, he's around about 8/10 up on his lap time. Can he keep the progress going as we head into turn number 7? As Mr. Zach there having yellow flags, same as Suffocating, yellow flags currently in P8. Not too sure what's going on. I think Suffocating had a bit of a moment as we just saw up at the top on the right hand side at turns 6 and around about the 7 in the middle there. I think he kind of spun round and lost the car just a bit, but on board with Viper, see how he gets on. Exactly, Turtle, exactly. That's what reminds me of. Bit of cars going here, and you've got Mr. Webby and the Light McQueen, and you got Joe as that character. Absolutely, just it's fantastic to see, and this is why I love livery designs in ACC. Absolutely fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Right, 6 minutes to go in qualifying. The rain seems to be picking up just a little bit, as you can see on my rain radar up in the top right. In around about 30 minutes, if I'm correct, if that's what's kind of telling me, the rain seems to lighten off just a bit. But as Viper crosses the line, he goes up by 1 position up to P13, improves by around about, I think it was 9 or 8/10, and does a 155.4, 2.5 on the pace. It's not too bad and not too shabby, so I think Joe can be very, very happy with that, maybe just say. And who else can we go on board with? Who's on an impressive push? You know what? Let's go on board. I'm not trying to say his name. I believe it says Alan. I'm not too sure, so if I'm wrong, I do apologise. So I'll just go with the nickname of car number 11 in the Ferrari. A nice little livery there, nice and plain and simple, but I like it. Not too bad and not too shabby. As he makes his way out of Ascari, now coming out of turn number 10, all the way down now to Parabolica, which is turn number 11, which is, you can see right there, there's a few pedals now starting to show, and it's looking a bit sliding, it's looking a bit wet, shall we say. So it doesn't look too pleasant or too kind, but let's hope he can find maybe a few positions. Let's see a few, maybe 1 or 2 positions. Let's see what happens when he crosses the line. Could he get P15? He does snatch P15, and does a 1:55.6, so he'll be very happy with that time. And yeah, splendid, absolutely fantastic. Now, what we should probably do is we'll probably go up to the front runners now, and there's a familiar face we haven't been on board with yet, so let's go on board with Andrew Taggart, which I believe their livery isn't working today. As I was having a discussion with Mav, and he's actually broken something, I believe he was saying. So unfortunately, we've got a plain McLaren today, which isn't too bad. It still looks absolutely fabulous. But Mav right now on a outlap at this moment of time. So we'll come back to him in just a second as Vic starting the lap here at Monza. Was a challenger for pole position, as we saw at the start of qualifying. Then he got bumped down to P4 as Marcel decided to go on pole. And then after Vic put another lap in, he managed to get above Marcel. But like I said, only sitting comfortably in P4. So it's a bit of an interesting one, because some drivers last round looked very, very quick. And Vic was the winner, I believe, of the last round, which was obviously round 1, the first race of the season for ACC at Mount Panorama. But he seems to be struggling just a little bit here at Monza with the rain and the weather. So as you can see, he drifts out of turn number 6 to head to turn number 7, as we're missing a braking board, so I'm guessing someone's taken it out by accident. And you could say Vic is up literally, and I mean literally, by like 24 thousandths of a second. So at this moment of time, it's not even enough. Yeah, it's not even enough to go to P3. But as I say that, he's had to take a base of action. Someone's actually spun around there, but seems to have disappeared. I didn't know who it was. I didn't really catch it, but that was a bit of an awkward place to spin. But so far, Vic has found a lot more time leaving Ascari down to the Parabolica of turn number 11, and they've found heapers and heapers of time. This could even be a challenge for pole position. Vic out of the final corner now to go across the line. Does he go fastest? He does indeed. Fantastic, sensational. A 1:52.7. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So, back on board then with Mr. Andrew Taggart, who we said we were going to watch, and then we decided to watch Vic instead. But Taggart coming towards the end of his lap now, going through Ascari, which might be a little bit wet and a bit tricky for some of the drivers, but Taggart there shown to perfection, I say that, and he hits the curb there, hits the apex a little bit too much, and that sends his car into almost a power slide. But he's around about a 10th up at the moment, so let's see how he does in Parabolica. Ooh, bit of a lift there. Yeah, a bit wide there. You can see he's struggling with the back end, and unfortunately he's not going to improve on his lap time when he crosses the line. He might do just a little bit, maybe. Unfortunately not, no. So he's going to go again and see what he can do. Let's go on board with Shanae. Of course, Shanae last round was a contender to probably win the race last round, but unfortunately he had I believe it was a disconnect, or his Wi-Fi died or something. I think he just got removed. No, I think he got disconnected from the server, and unfortunately he had to start you know, he came back and he was in the pit lane. But I believe he managed to make a few positions up. So hopefully the same doesn't happen today. Hopefully the bad luck doesn't happen. And let's see, can Shanae slap it on pole position in that Lamborghini? As we know, the Lamborghini is quite a tough car to race around Monza. Or is it the best car? I'm not too sure. I could be wrong. But if I'm wrong, chat, feel free to let me know. And we can discuss together what was right and what was wrong. Because, to be honest, I'm not too familiar when it comes to what car is probably better around this track. But no, Shanae so far doing well. A 10th up on their lap time right now. As you can see at the top, qualifying is done. That is it. So far, that is your grid for the race for 45 minutes around at Monza. But there are going to still be a few more drivers trying to find more lap time, trying to push their way through up the grid just a little bit more. So as we ride on board with Shanae, as I believe car number 23 just crossed the line and they've improved on their lap time. They've done a 152.7. Can Shanae deny pole position? Can Shanae deny P2? Let's find out, as he's now coming up to the parabolica of turn number 11. And so far looking good. No, but a slight back end loss, but it wasn't too bad there. Across the line. Can he challenge? Let's find out. And he can't challenge for P2, but he's got P3, a 152.885. Now, we've got car 97 crossing the line. They're not really improving on their lap time. Viper isn't really improving. I believe that's everybody done. Darkness on the track right now, actually, in the Beamer, improving on their lap time. Could they steal a position off of P19? Could they even go P18 or 17? He's 1.5 seconds up on his lap time right now. It's looking good for the Beamer. And it's looking good for Darkness. He could steal a few positions here. 1.7 up on his time right now. Crosses the line. And goes P16. That's excellent there from Darkness. Normally, you know, he's spinning left, right, and centre, and having a few crashes here and there, and late braking and killing a few meter boards, shall we say. But P16, absolutely excellent. Darkness will be buzzing with that. But to be honest, let's go back to your top 3, which is going to be the lovely Vic, car number 23, and then Shanae in P3. Oh, bit of a spicy one. The gap to P1 and P2 is about a 10th, which is absolutely insane. And then Shanae's 2/10, and then the gap starts to open up there. This is going to be an exciting race. Yes. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. Darkness W. That is true. Darkness W. Right then. Whilst we get everything set up and ready, which we have now, we've not really got a lovely angle of the start, have we? There we go. That is better, chat, right? You agree? That is much better. You know, we get to see everything now. So yeah. That was a good lap by Darkness, I must say. James, I mean, yeah, not a great place to be starting, but just remember, this is Monza. It's wet. We're going into turn 1. It could be a bit chaotic, which I'm a bit worried for, but hopefully my voice box will be able to keep up with the carnage. But no, just think positive, James. You know, I think you could do well. You know, you're down in P22, I believe. So obviously a lot of work to do, but I really think you could get into the points today. I really think you could. So just think positive, you know, positive mental attitude. That's what we're going with, you know. That's what we're going with. But yes, guys, while we are waiting for the race to start in around about 3 minutes and 40 seconds time, if you're not following the channel already, feel free to follow so you can keep up to date with all our ACC content, which will be provided by me this season and maybe next season. I'm not too sure. You never know. You never know. And then keep up to date with all our F2 action and our F1 action, because trust me, it's absolutely fantastic. And if you didn't know as well, we are affiliated finally on Twitch after getting it all set up and bits and bobs like that. So if you got a snazzy Twitch Prime, did you know if you click that subscribe button down below, it's completely free of charge. Absolutely sensational. So if you want to be a part of the family, make sure to hit that follow button. And then if you want to subscribe to help all the donations that go towards the Phoenix servers and stuff for Phoenix to keep the league growing as it's growing at a fantastic and excellent rate, then feel free to subscribe. Because why not, you know? If it's free with your Twitch Prime, then why not? Absolutely excellent, you know? Absolutely fantastic. But do let me know in the chat, who do you think will definitely take the W today? And who are you rooting for? Please let me know who you're rooting for, because I'd love to know. I'd love to know who you're voting for, who you're going to be cheering on, and pretty much stuff like that, you know. Just simple, positive, good vibes, you know. Good vibes is what we like to see, you know. But no. I'm thinking we could see a lot of carnage today. Obviously, you've got a few faces that I know, like Taggart in P6, Webby in P9, Joe in P13, suffocating down in... Oh no, suffocating in P10, which is pretty excellent, and I think he'll be very happy with that lap time, especially in the Ferrari. Darkness in P16. I am just in shock, because normally Darkness is like near the back of the grid, not really confident with the game and gets a bit worried here and there. But from Darkness to go from the back of the grid to almost a mid-pack, which is P16, I think he could be a little bit scared. Because if I was new to the game, not like new to the game, but if I was like nervous with like drivers driving this game, I would be slightly nervous to be near the mid-pack as we head down to turn number 1. So I guess we'll just see what happens. We're waiting patiently. We've got almost good to go. Around about 50 seconds to go, and we can fly away, crack on, done and dusted. Let's go, Mario style, you know. V10, thank you for the sub Prime. Well, thank you for the sub, shall I say. Thank you very much indeed. Big shout out to you, my friend. Big shout and big hype. Hype in the chat. W's in the chat. Let's go. Poggers. Right then, let's focus up now. I'll close my Discord because it is time to get racing here for round number 2 here at Monza. Let's see how we get on. Here we go. Here we go. So, as the drivers make their way around Parabolica, which may be a bit slippery and a bit wet, shall we say, they make their way through. Everybody trying to warm their tyres up to the best they can. Let's go on board with pole position, which is going to be Vic in that lovely BMW. And then behind is the Audi, or Honda, shall I say, sorry. Car number 23, and then Sinead in a comfortable P3. Hopefully it's not too chaotic in turn number 1 across start and finish. And it's going to be green light racing here at Monza, round number 2 of ACC. And it's lights out, and there we go, Formula 1 style. And Vic has got a pretty good start, but that Honda may be a contender, but down to turn 1 we go. Their position's going to be changing in the background. Taggart going wheel to wheel with someone. Sinead trying to go around the outside of car number 23, but can't get the move done and dusted just yet as we go on board with Shanae actually looking very, very close here and may try and steal that position off the Honda, but isn't close enough to make a move just yet. As we know, there won't be any silly dive bombs here because these drivers are experienced and know if they try and go for a silly dive bomb, they're just going to make themselves vulnerable to losing a position and potentially taking another driver out, which results in a time penalty and just carnage really. But to be honest, it's looking pretty good for Vic, who can comfortably try and run away in wet conditions. We've got yellow flags in the background. That's going to be Viper strikes, I believe, involved with some sort of contact. As I saw, that was car number 96 and car number 46 involved in that one. So there's a big crash in the background, which obviously isn't ideal, but unfortunately it does happen. But as we make our way down into Ascari, Shanae off for P3, the Honda in P23 after defending from Shanae, Vic in P1. We look in the background and I don't see any moves being made just yet. A bit of a squiggly moments for a few drivers, but that gap for the top three is starting to build ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. On board of Marcel, who's around about 4/10 behind car number 88 at the moment in the Beamer. But obviously isn't close enough to make a dive or a challenge. Taggart though, on board with Taggart, may try and get a move done for P6 into turn 1. Can't get the move done, wasn't close enough and was trying to go side by side, but just ran out of straight line speed. That Audi, right, in P6, absolutely incredible with straight line speed. It's insane, trust me, it's just insane. But Noah then in the Honda, ooh, it's looking quite spicy and is looking quite close to Vic. I think Vic's made a major mistake coming out of the Della Roger now, and he's struggling there. He's having a moment there again at turn number 6. Down to turn number 7 we go. This could be a battle for the lead, which would be quite exciting and very, very interesting. And hopefully, fingers crossed, they don't make contact. Hopefully no contact is made. But he's flashing Vic, which is trying to indicate that he's faster, and he's basically telling P1 to barge out of the way, get out of the way, I'm a lot quicker. But he made a bit of a mistake there and isn't close enough to go for a proper move just yet. But all the cars in a single file line at the moment. And Shanae, I don't think he's got the pace at the moment to catch these top two. But Vic's still holding the lead. Absolute sensation. And there it is. You can tell Noah's pushing because Vic set the fastest lap and then Noah. A 1:53.7. Fastest lap of all time. And actually, we're going to go on board with Taggart as he's looking to make a move potentially on at P number 6 as we make our way down to turn 1. He's going to go wheel to wheel with car number 8. And Taggart there gets the move done and up into P6. That was sensational. That was lovely. But once again, he's at a horrible exit there. And as you can see, the Audi, absolutely insane straight line speed. So Taggart could be under pressure from car number 5 as we make our way now down to the Della Roger of 4 and 5. And luckily, Taggart runs out of and Andretti goes straight on and makes contact with Matt, which sends Matt flying almost over the curb and off the track just a little bit. And through goes the Audi to take P6 once again. No idea what Andretti was doing there, and believe it hit a puddle potentially, or had a moment that could be major, major, major damage from Matt there, or shall I say Andrew Taggart there. Definitely not ideal. I don't think Matt will be very happy with that, and maybe, just maybe, Mr. Taggart and Zach will swap positions because Matt could potentially have big, big damage on his car right now. Absolutely crazy. I think Andretti just missed his braking zone just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, Andrew Taggart will not be happy with that contact right now. as he makes his way out of Ascari down to the Parabolica. And could potentially be close to make a move at turn 11. He's going to look to the inside and decides to back off. He's probably going to look for a decent exit. And does he get a decent exit? I think he does. And we'll see what happens out in turn 1. That was crazy. That was crazy. Back on board with the top 2. Nothing much happening there. Back on board with Andrew Taggart. Might try and steal P6 again. He's going to pull to the now right hand side. Decides to back up and actually down someone goes the inside, and that is George picking up a position on Suffocating to take P10, I believe. So George up into P10 now and looking to chase after Andretti, who's in P9 and could potentially have big damage with that contact with Taggart. But back on board of the lead now as we switch eyes. Shanae is about 1.8 behind, so he's slightly struggling with his Lamborghini probably in these conditions. But that Honda looking absolutely race pacey. Vic trying to put the pressure still on the Honda and say, no, I'm faster, you can stay behind me. But it's all about Ascari. Who will get the better exit and who will get the better toe and slipstream. Exit at turn 10 now. It's looking very even. I'm a little bit scared. The gap between those two is 6/10. I believe we are just waiting on driver error. And of course, we've already seen one driver error, and that was Andretti just missing his braking zone at turn 4, hitting the sausage cab and smacking into Andrew Taggart, which results in him damage, and probably Taggart damage as well. Potentially. We could see Marcel make a position up to P4 if he's close enough on car number 88, and I believe he is. He's going to go for the move. He looks to the right-hand side down to turns 1 and 2 we go. And does he get the move done? He does, but who's going to get the better exit? And it's going to be the Beamer. So the Beamer could come back at Marcel as he pulls out to the left-hand side. It's really difficult, you know, trying to think which side these cars are trying to go, looking up from an onboard camera point of view. But making our way now down to the De La Roger. And that is Marcel's position up to P4. Could he catch Shanae? We'll find out very shortly. It is looking very spicy indeed. And I believe we've got Suffocating having a bit of a fight, but also struggling in these conditions. And that's now him down to P13, and that is Spinner, who's overtaken Suffocating up into P12 now, potentially looking to get by George. George has had a moment there. He's gone a bit. He's had a moment. Ooh, that was a good save. Almost into Suffocating, but Suffocating with the best reactions there, able to save the car, get side tapped by George, but able to save his car, not murder George in the process. That was fantastic to see. Absolutely excellent. With Spinner now up into P11, setting eyes on Kelly, who's in a comfortable P10, but could get overtaken, potentially by Spinner. And Suffocating, potentially trying to get past George, but went a little bit wide there in the background. So hopefully he hasn't got a warning, because if you get a warning here, it could be a bit of a struggle. But hello, here goes Andrew Taggart, up to P6 now, as car number 8 makes a major mistake. But let's see the straight line speed difference before we head to the front 2 again. Just look at it. Look how quick that Audi is in the straight line. It's absolutely insane. But who is going to be last on the brakes? They make contact as they make our way down to turn number 1, and the Audi has to go straight on and take a void of action and go straight on to the runoff area. But that should be concealed as Taggart's position, and the Audi does give it back. There we go, Taggart into P6. So we'll slowly get to see what. We'll slowly get to see what kind of pace Andrew Taggart has. He has to close a gap of about 4.5 seconds to P5. And P5 off of P1 is around about 1.1. So car number 88 in that Beamer looking very, very competitive today. So we'll see what happens. And Shanae is now starting to get back in the loop. Excuse me, starting to get back in the loop and starting to get back in the fight, which we love to see. So we'll see what happens. Not much at the moment though. It should all come towards the end. And that is Spinner. Back down into P12 as George gets up into P11. That was a nice little overtake we missed, but it looked quite close for comfort. So we'll come back to those two in a minute as the Honda of Noah looking very, very close. Yeah, very close, shall we say. Right then. So it's interesting with these kind of drivers. Shanae is a quick driver, but he seems to be slightly struggling, I believe, in Sector 1. But I believe he's quite good in Sector 2. And there's a car going around for yellow flags. And that's going to be car number 96, which is Mr. Viper, Joe Viper. Not having a very good race today, shall we say. Corey's sitting in P22, which is out of the point scoring opportunity. Starting as qualified P16 down to P21, so not scoring any points either. So they've got to try and get in the points, if possible. If they can. But the gaps between drivers starting to open up now as we go and hit the 32-minute mark of this race. So almost, I believe it's going to be 15 minutes done, so not too bad. It's been a good start for some drivers. And some drivers looking at the gap distance as well, like Andrew Taggart, not able to chomp down P5 at the moment. P7 slightly in range of Mav. He's around about 1.4 behind. And then Zach in P8, 7-8 tenths behind. So he'll probably look to make a position soon. But this P1 battle is really, really, really starting to spice things up just a little bit. Because that Honda looks like it's getting comfortable with its race pace. And looking comfortable on the track. Vic making a few driver errors here. Maybe Noah's doing enough for Vic to get a bit scared, a bit worried from the car behind, and make a few errors. You know? It could be possible. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if these two either come together or just have an excellent battle. You know? That would be lovely to see. Absolutely lovely. But we'll see what happens as they make their way through turns number 6. A little bit side there for Noah. And then turn number 7. Looking all well. And I think Noah, if he can get a really good exit, once again, out of Ascari, which he's been struggling just a little bit, he could have a challenge. He could have a challenge, which would be quite exciting. And there's Shanae in the background. So if these two come together, I'll have a moment. Through goes Shanae moment could happen. Which would be very exciting to see. And Noah, speaking of the devil, I think this is the closest he has ever been coming out of Ascari. If he gets the Parabolica of turn 11 right, he could be on a challenge here. Could be on a challenge. The gap right now is 4 tenths. 3 tenths. He tucks in behind the Beamer. Gains on the Beamer. But isn't gaining enough. Or is he? Down to turn 1 we go. Just slightly too far back to get a move done. But this battle is starting to spice things up just a little bit. Just a little bit, you know. And saying that, it may space up just a little bit because Vic had a horrible exit there. So here goes Noah. Is he going to look to the outside? Is he going to tuck it behind? He's going to tuck it behind for the moment, behind the Beamer. And he's going to pull out to the right-hand side. He's going to try and go wheel-to-wheel with the leader of this race. They tried going wheel-to-wheel into that corner, but it's very unsuccessful between the two of them as they come out of the Curva Grande. And now they make their way to turn 6 and 7 now. Through the Lesmo we go. Unable to get a move done there, but Noah starting to wake up and tell Vic, I'm coming for that P1, you better move. Because the gap is looking very, very close at the moment, and it's getting very, very exciting. I'm getting excited. You guys watching are probably getting a hell of excited. Everybody is probably excited. Woo! It's getting spicy. It's getting spicy. But yeah, after all that battling, right, Schnee has been able to gain a second. And there's yellow flags about him for car number 66, who is George. George had a major moment. Have a quick look to see what's happened. And he's gone off again at turn 6, and he now moves down to P15. But back on with the leaders. Could it happen? Could we have a new race leader? Could we? Let's find out, because I'm excited. Like I said, if these two keep fighting, Schnee could be in the chance here to snatch it away from the pair of them. So here we go. Into turns 1 and 2. Noah. Look at that exit from Noah compared to the Beamer. Absolutely fantastic. But the Beamer, right, got a better exit. And Noah's flashing him to either say, I'm here, just to let you know, or say I'm faster, let me through. But of course, if you're P1 and you're being flashed at, you're not going to give the lead that easily, are you? There's no way. There's just no chance. Just no way of it happening. So if you want P1, you've got to get it done on track. Because look, Vic is feeling the pressure. Bit of a squiggly moment there out of turn 6. Turn 7 we go. Who gets a better exit? It's Noah. Or is it? I think it's similar. I think they were similar on that exit. But Schnee is now starting to catch. Slightly. The gap was 1.3. It's gone to 1.9. So these two need to keep fighting. Out of Ascari now. To 11. The gap is just sitting around about 4 tenths, and that's about it, really. This is probably the closest fighting we've ever seen so far this race. And it's the two leaders. Crazy scenes happen. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Unfortunately, Noah isn't close enough to make a move, or is he? He's gaining and gaining and gaining, but hasn't gained enough to get past here. Oof. Look how close he gets to the rear end of that BMW. It's crazy. At the moment, the Beamer's doing enough. As car number 11's had a bit of a spin down at the Parabolica, trying to recover. Drops down to P number 13. Oh, P9's had a moment. Which is P8, so what's going on there? Something's happened. Oh, I've watched F1. I'm a huge F1 fan. But this is like new for me, to be honest. I normally used to do commentating for Phoenix. Like F1 style, which I still do. I'm just a backup now. But I've tried something different, trying GT, like 3 cars racing, ACC style. And I'm really enjoying it. We need a through goes Hamilton moment, and we might get it here, maybe. As we head to Ascari, Vic goes defensive. And that could have been Noah's chance there. But as Vic went defensive there, Noah is around about 2 tenths behind. So if he gets a really good tow down to turn 11, he could be on for a chance to make a move by the end of turn 1. But you just got to keep close. Got to keep close. So let's see. He is close this lap. He is 2/10, which means he could be on to make a move here. I say that, and the Beamer with this track, it's just really better on a straight line speed, unfortunately. So Noah needs to get him done in the corners and get a better exit. It's so scary to see like a battle for P1 in wet conditions at Monza. Absolutely crazy. But I guess whilst we're on board with this fantastic battle, just a friendly reminder that of course we have the pit window open for 22 minutes, but it's a 45-minute race, so a pit stop isn't mandatory. You can box if you want to, which I think is not really needed unless you have a big crash with big damage. You know, then it's needed. But I think everyone's good so far. No one's come to the pit lane box yet, so everything is Gucci. I know the person streaming at the moment. Imagine it. Imagine knowing who it is. I can't do this. Bear with 1 second. Where is he? Is he in? So you want him with Lobster? Okay. Bear with.
We are halfway through. Keep pushing.
There we go. All sorted. There you go. But yeah, as I was saying, about obviously mandatory pit stop, someone's in the pits, and it's kind of a 37. Oh no, that could be the race over, which isn't ideal, but unfortunately it happens, and no worries, miss. Oh, no worries, had a red flag. No worries, all good. All good. Always happy to help out. But what is interesting, as I know we're on board with a spicy battle for P1, P15 at the moment. Oh, I say that big crash. That is suffocating, and George coming together on the exit of Ascari, and that could be Suffocating's race done, and that could be George's races done. That was a big crash. Big crash. That could be their races done though, which isn't ideal, but unfortunate. That was absolutely crazy. Big shunts there. Big shunts between those two drivers. Not too sure who's at fault there. But, yeah, not nice. Not nice. Not a good day for some drivers like Suffocating George and obviously Viper and Darkness, who's now in the points, and Viper down at P21. So, not a good day for some drivers. I think car number 95, which obviously Suffocating, has got hefty damage on his car. That's a big crash to catch on stream. Big crash. Wowzers. 20 minutes to go until this race is over. And so far, your race leader so far has been Vic for the whole time. But Noah doing anything he can, flashing at him, let him know he's faster. He's doing anything to try and get to P1. Anything he possibly can do. So let's see. As someone's left, not too sure who's left, but as that person's left, everybody is now in the points. Hurrah! That's good to see that everybody's in the points. Lovely. There you go. We got content. We've got a big crash between two drivers, which are good mates as well. So, see how that goes down in reports. Yikes. So, with the rain getting ever so worse. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Oh, I thought Noah was going to go for it there. I don't know why. I just thought he was going to go for the move, which I thought might be a little bit risky going for a move into turn 7. But this has been like the closest battle I've seen in ACC for my first season commentating. It's going pretty well, this battle. Both drivers keeping it clean, keeping it fair, having fun. But Noah's had a massive moment. And unfortunately, he is 1.5 away from P1. And now Shanae, 6/10 behind. Is that straight line speed good enough to get past the Honda? Let's have a look-see, shall we? Is he close enough? Not quite. But that gap is closing substantially. Oh. Oh, Shanae almost... You could say almost, but I think Shanae did slightly tap the back of him. And that's completely sent Shanae offline. And he's about 1.1 seconds behind. So some drivers start to struggle with under braking. Some drivers turn a late brake in wet conditions, which is really, really tough to do. So I don't know why they would try to do that, but I guess they do what's comfortable for them. No, they try. Sometimes they succeed. And sometimes they don't succeed, but give it a go and you see what happens. Whew. Noah sliding out of the corner. Noah trying to do everything he can, his power and will, to try and get back. Ooh, under a second, as Vic went off there. Vic has gone off, okay? So, hopefully that's no damage to his underneath of his car. But Vic went off there, and that gap is coming down ever so slightly. And we have car number 96 now. Car number 96. With all the stickers on the car. Looking absolutely wonderful. Slowly getting blue flags shortly as well. So let's see now. Is Noah going to be able to get closer to the leader once again, or is that it? He's still got 16 minutes though. He's got 16 minutes to obviously get within touching distance. But we've got a little spinner and car number 11 in the Ferrari going on here. Bit of a battle for P12. It's looking interesting. And saying that, it might be interesting if car 11 get a good exit here, which I believe he does, out of a Ascari. He's looking pretty close. He's about 2/10 behind. He pulls to the right-hand side. We'll get a helicam shot of this. There we go. Into turn 11. He breaks away early. And then Lamborghini breaks a little bit later. But, oh! Straight line speed power between the Ferrari versus Lamborghini. And it's going to be the Ferrari who comes on top to take away P12 from Spinner. That's crazy to see. As we go back on board of P2 in just a second. Oh, Spinner trying to go for a move. Gets it back on for P12. And back on board with the leader of this race. Oh, behind the leader of this race. And having a helicam shot of what's going on. No, he's 8/10 behind. So he's managed to reel in P1 ever so slightly. This could be the chance. If Noah doesn't mess it up again. He's probably realised the time. He's probably realised, oh no, I've got to push. I've got to go now. I've got to send it. And Sinead's only 2.5 behind. So is Sinead chilling to save tyres, to attack? Or is he just not quick today? Is that like the big question that everyone wants to know? Because after all of that, Marcel is starting to slowly catch a glimpse in the background. So if Vic has another moment, it could be a chance for Noah to get a move done. But it is getting exciting, very exciting. It just seems that the Lamborghini today, as we were watching that battle between Spinner and car number 11, it seems that Spinner and the Lamborghini, it seems the straight line speed just isn't great, and it seems the Ferrari straight line speed is pretty good at this track. But as we're talking about that, keeping our eyes peeled on what's happening up front, having a look at the timing screens, there's a little battle happening between P8 and P7 against car number 8 in the Audi and car number 13. But that is going to really, I think, really hurt Noah there as he went completely off there. Ascari, he was really in the gap to Vic for a chance for P1 again, but unfortunately, as it hurts to say, he's had that moment, and now Sinead can slightly tuck in behind. He's 8 tenths behind, and maybe have an advantage here if he doesn't make the same mistake again. That's the big question. I want to know. Will he make the same mistake again going into turn 1? Hopefully he doesn't, but let's see. He doesn't make the mistake this time. He really hits the sausage curve there, which is probably upset with his car, which isn't ideal. We're also waiting on what the leaders are happening and what they're doing. We've got on board with the Audi and the McLaren. Obviously these two just chilling right now, having a good battle between themselves, good duel, I would say, here and there. And second between the pair of them. But Mr. Zach in that lovely livery ahead of the Audi, doing what he can for the best and just stay ahead and keep calm and collected, not make any silly major mistakes. And if he can do that for 11 minutes, then he's got a solid P7 with Taggart ahead in P6. He's 3.2 seconds away from P5. So maybe he might have a chance. Maybe it's a chance. What happens as I say that, he's gone off at Ascari, almost onto the runoff slightly as well, and we lost a bit of time, a few tenths, 3.7. He's gained a bit of time there, which obviously went off by. And could he catch car number 88 if they make a major mistake? I believe he could. But he's got probably a bit of hefty damage, as you can see there on the left-hand side. But he's losing a bit of bodywork, a bit of paint scratches going on there. It's not ideal right now in that McLaren seat. Probably not happy, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Got to try and fight through it. But let's see. We'll keep rooting on for now. You got this, mate. You know, you got this. You got this. We believe. Back aboard the leaders. Noah is starting to reel in. Vic again. I think Vic's had a moment there because Noah's gained a lot of time coming out of Della Roger. Into the Lesmos now we go. And Noah's starting to really push now. He's flashing again. He's flashing the car ahead of him. He's 1.2 away. You know what we could do? We could look at the driver's point of view. Look at that concentrated face right there. We'll get into 11. Just look at him. Concentrated, not 11, sorry, 8, 9 and 10. Look at that concentrated face. Go in the interior, you can see right there. That is his challenge, and that's where he wants to be. He wants to be ahead of that driver before the time runs out. Just see. He has a bit of a moment there with his wheel adjustment. He's 1.3 behind Vic. Look how close he is. You can like almost sense that he's trying to push as hard as he can. But will it be enough? Will it be enough? I actually like this camera. It's quite nice. It's quite nice actually. You get to see the driver's point of view, the wheel rotation, and then an in-game kind of like interior design to see what's going on. That's cool. But enough about that. Let's see what's happening with the yellow flag on the track. It's car number 97, currently P18. And what we could do is we keep an eye on the top of the guys ahead. A new driver who you may or may not know. You may know him from F1 racing. It's Med. And he's racing for the first time in ACC for round number 2 here at Monza. And he's right behind James here. He's probably trying to challenge for P14. And he seems to be doing a stellar job, Med does. Getting a bit of a slide there. James goes off the track. Out of Ascari. Down to Parabolica we go. And I think it's going to be a comfortable thank you very much. Very, very much for Med. As we come to the final corner exit. Start and finish now. Yep, that's Med up into P14. For a split second there, as I was watching on board of that little spicy battle at the back of the grid. Noah was within a second, but now he's dropped by 2/10, which isn't ideal. So unfortunately, time is running out for Noah to get ahead of this driver in P1. He's got 7 minutes, 7 on the dot, to try and get ahead of Vic. I don't know if he can get it done, you know. Vic has made a few mistakes here and there, which I could understand and agree with. But has Noah got pace to push through? But I think Noah now is starting to struggle because obviously his tyres will be going off. He needs to pray that Vic will make mistakes which will gain him that valuable time he needs and have one more chance to pounce. But to be honest, from these two today, we have seen fantastic battles like here at turn number 4, where they try going wheel to wheel and try going side by side through 4 and 5, and then Noah tried to be nosy at the exit of turn 6 and tried to and send him even to turn 7, which wasn't side by side, just wasn't close enough to get a move done, shall we say. So that was interesting, and I got a little bit scared. And of course, down to Ascari we go. He's 9/10 behind Vic now. They tried to go wheel to wheel here as well, which they did successfully do, but when Vic makes his corner now, Noah was unable to get by there. Unable. Car number 95 having a bit of a moment there. That is suffocating off the road. Shanae in the background as well. Is he able to pounce with 5.5 minutes to go? Because at the moment, it's looking like a comfortable win for Vic once again. Our previous winner in round number 1. It could be back-to-back winners in round number 2. We'll see. So a very difficult race at Monza, as we all know, very, very wet. We've had contacts between Andrew Taggart and Andretti. They came together. I think Andretti, like I said, this is braking at turn 4, went over the sausage curve, tried to avoid Taggart, but unfortunately Taggart was just a victim at that moment and got smacked by Andretti. And then we had that massive, massive crash pile-up between, not that massive two-way car crash between Suffocating and George, and those two still going at this moment of time. I say that, and I don't see George on this. I think George has unfortunately retired and left the session, which is unfortunate to see, but it happens. Uh-oh. Couldn't we get held up here? Oh! Oh no, couldn't have been held up there. And Med has gone round. P14, car number 62 has gone round. Yellow flags or something going on. Yellow flags again, pin number 11 now. I think he just went off there at turn 1. I think he went straight on instead. Sinead has now got a bit past his lap car. In the background you can see there he's ahead of the lap car. 3.5 minutes to go. Vic looking very comfortable to take the win here. Very tense, but also very exciting. Because anything could happen. You know, Vic could have a moment and go off track. Dramatic scenes could happen. But unfortunately, I think Noah's not going to be able to get him, because looking at obviously what you can't see, but I can see, the delta, the gap between drivers. Vic is able to do enough at the moment to keep enough of a steady gap to keep Noah behind. So in 2.5 minutes, this could be our race winner, right in front of our eyes. So, as they're racing hard out there, the Audi, 7/10 behind Mr. Zach. Is the Audi going to be able to make a free position up into P7? As we know, the Audi is a very tough car to drive. As going on board of the Audi, actually, Mr. Zach was one of those victims who took to the Audi last season. Not gonna lie, he was pretty good with the Audi last season, but he really did struggle. Really, when I mean struggle, he really struggled with the car performance, hitting bumps with the Audi which you can't hit with certain cars. The Audi would be sent flying almost into the air upwards, which wasn't a nice car to drive. It really wasn't.
Right, man, the leader is on the final lap.
Right,
Give
the
it a final
leader
push.
is on the final lap of this race. Lovely to see and hear. Because obviously Vic deserves it, but it's all going on. It's all going on actually, up at the top. What's going on? I think it's just lap cars slightly getting in the way now. That's all it is. As Noah's trying to make his way around darkness, and he does successfully. Almost. And he's around. You never know. Lap cars could spoil the party here. But looking at the Audi now, he's 5/10 behind Mr. Webby. As exit turn 1, or the Audi gets a good exit. The Audi might have him here. The Audi might have Zach here.
Pit window is now closed.
Just about. We're not interested game if the pit window's closed. What we're interested in is we could have a spicy battle on the last lap of this race between the Audi and the McLaren. The Audi was thinking about pulling out to the outside. Now he's got to think clever, because obviously he's very, very close to McLaren. So we could try and get a move done. Zach under a bit of pressure now. Pressure indeed. Pressure, pressure, pressure. So, on board with Vic, and I believe that time means that it's the last lap. It's coming to an end. So Vic got across the line to take the win here at round number 2 of Monza in wet conditions. Very, very treacherous. Round 2 win though. Back-to-back wins for the BMW driver. Noah almost had a chance to pounce on him, but just wasn't enough, shall we say. That's your winner. Vic has won it again. Absolutely fantastic. Noah comes home in P2. Sinead, able to finish a race, takes P3. But we go back aboard a P8 and P7. Very, very close between these two. Any major mistake could be at the end of it here. But I think Zach has done enough to keep his position as the Audi goes wide, sent offline, and Zach will cross the line to take home P7. And car number 8 will take number P8, shall we say. Andretti will cross the line in P9. Kelly, of course, in P10. And then you have car number 6 coming home in P11 if they keep it together, almost sliding out of Ascari. And then you have car number 11 in P12, that's cross the line very, very shortly. And then that will be the race done and dusted. To say that, you've got Viper and then Suffocating to cross the line. Suffocating coming across the line very, very slowly. They might run out of fuel. I think they've run out of fuel. Not too sure what's happening there, but I think those two running out of fuel. And then, oh, they're going to cross the line together. That is lovely to see. That was fantastic. The stickers and then the Dynaco. We've got ourselves a lovely live cars on the track. Absolutely fantastic. It's what you'd love to see here at Phoenix. But yeah, guys, that is it. We are done. So, as you can see, there is your provisional results. Obviously, Vic taking the win once again. Noah taking a comfortable P2. And then Sinead taking P3. Marcel in P4. Car number 88 in P5. Taggart in P6. And then you get the duel, etc. That's it. We are done. We are done. That was a lovely race once again. I hope you loved hearing my voice. And hopefully the commentary was okay as well. Obviously, I'm still learning, but hopefully it was okay. So, without further ado, make sure to hit that follow button to get up to date with all the content we provide here at Phoenix. And if you're not subscribed already and you've got Twitch Prime, then you know it's free. So why not hit that subscribe button if you have Twitch Prime, so you can help us fund the service for ACC and get us prizes and new things for Phoenix, which would be absolutely fantastic. And you guys would love to see, as this community is fantastic and is growing at a rapid rate as well. Turtle, thank you very much for the kind words. And without further ado, I'll see you for round number 3, which is going to be, bear with for just a second, is going to be we've done Mount Panorama, we can tick off. We've done Monza. Next is Zolder. So make sure to stay tuned for that one. That one's going to be very, very exciting. Webby, well done. You managed to fight off out the Audi. Rusty's Racing doing a fantastic job. Very, very good result for the pair of you. I'll see you next week. Have a good, wonderful rest of your afternoon. Maybe you just woken up, you know, your morning. Or have a good rest of your evening. This is me, Mr. Flynn, signing off. Bye-bye. And, without further ado, ka-chow.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Like a phoenix, you burst to rise from the ashes.